Today on Studio G, the highly sought-after arson puppies have finally found forever homes.
The Las Vegas Strip welcomes an all-new high roller to its skyline.
Some young local actors tackle their biggest project yet. Studio G starts now.
It's been 2 months since the arson attack at a local pet store. Now, the rescued puppies are in their new homes. Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Studio G. I'm Trinae Williams.
And I'm Christina Davies. Hundreds of people entered the raffle to win the dogs, and last Friday, the winners finally got to take them home. Reporter Troy Fosgate has the story.
Our goal all along has always been to find these puppies happy, healthy, forever homes. And we figured that the drawing was the fairest way to give everybody who was interested in these puppies a chance at adopting them. Before the puppies were even available for adoption, we had lines here at 5, 6 in the morning of people interested in them. And we thought by doing a drawing that would eliminate a lot of the problems of either people lining up or any other situation that we kind of ran through to figure out the best way to keep everyone involved in the process.
The raffle winners were ecstatic, bringing these rescued puppies to a new home and a secure life. A tragic event risen to a newfound blessing.
So we were so excited when they finally decided they were going to do a raffle for the puppies, and we went online and we saw her little face. And we bought a ticket for her on Monday, and then they called us Tuesday evening to let us know that we had won. I saw it on the news, I want to say the day it happened, and it absolutely broke my heart as a owner of a dog already. Broke my heart. I couldn't believe that anybody could do that. So these little babies.
Well, the whole story around this puppy thing is very intense and it's very heartfelt. And to find out what they've been through, it's an honor to be part of helping to rescue them, because we want to give them a good home, a happy home, because it's tragic what they went through. And I think it's a blessing in disguise that he came into our life.
The puppy raffle money proceeds went straight to charity.
As long as it's going back to support the animals, it's always a great cause, because that's what they need, is the support and the resources to take care of these pets in a good manner. So for charity and the reasons that it's going to take care of the dogs, it's always the right thing to do.
For Studio G, I'm Troy Fosgate.
The winners' homes were inspected before the puppies were sent home with them. If you weren't one of the lucky winners of one of the arson puppies, the Animal Foundation says they still have plenty of other dogs that would like to find a great home.
The percentage of online fraud has climbed from 23% to a high of 65%. So how can you make sure you don't fall into any of those numbers? Reporter Fabiola Marzano has more.
You click on the page, check the price, but without thinking, you have been a victim of fraud.
Please enter your 16-digit card number now.
Christopher Padilla is one of the 65% of the people in the United States who have been victimized by online fraud.
Several $100s missing from the account, and what I ended up finding out was that there were fraudulent charges from a hair and nail salon.
Didn't even turn my head, sorry.
You want me to call you? Better Business Bureau, how can I help you?
The Better Business Bureau of Southern Nevada is a resource for people who want to shop safe online.
Name of the company?
By providing tools to help you determine whether the company's website is credible or not.
The most recommendable thing to do whenever you go to a website, it's always, before making a payment, verify that the company is legit.
Experts say you're better off doing a little research before filling out those online payment forms.
If the company doesn't provide you at least basic information like their location, where they're located, their address, it only is asking you for your email address, that's a kind of like a red flag for the consumer.
Other ways to be secure is by checking your bank account every day and report any discrepancies to your bank.
I just kind of became a little bit smarter when it comes to my shopping.
For Studio G, I'm Fabiola Marzano.
If you've been a victim of online fraud, visit the BBB's website at southernnevada.bbb.org. There, you can see what steps you should take to file a complaint.
Since its groundbreaking, the Strip's newest attraction has been getting buzz all over the world, and it's just hours away from opening to the public. Monica Cran tells us more.
The 550 feet observation wheel will give the public a 30-minute experience of the Las Vegas skyline. The high roller has 28 cabins that hold 40 people each.
It's like the world's biggest bicycle tire, if you think about it. We've got a hub, we've got spokes going out from the hub that attach to the rim, just like a bicycle tire, and then we hang the cabins off of that rim. They have a stabilization system built into them that allow the cabins to stay level, so that when you get to the top, you're not dancing on the ceiling like Lionel Richie.
Operations Manager James Donahue has been with Caesars Entertainment for 10 years. General Manager Eric Eberhardt, who has 30 years of experience with Disney, hired Donahue in November of 2013. Long shifts from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., Donahue trained about 130 new employees to prepare to open the high roller to the public.
The high roller created roughly about 130 jobs. The link in and of itself probably created close to 1,400 to 1,500 jobs. During the construction phase of both, we had probably about 7,000 to 8,000 construction workers working on the project. And we're still hiring additional people for special projects. For example, this upcoming weekend, we've got the Academy of Country Music holding their Party for a Cause music festival in our Link parking lot. They're going to take over the parking lot, have 2 stages, have international groups such as Rascal Flatts, Keith Urban, Florida Georgia Line, performing live in our parking lot.
The attraction will allow alcoholic beverages onto the ride if it's purchased from the Link tenants or in a plastic cup. For Studio G, I'm Monica Cran.
Monica, thank you. As luxurious as the cabins are, there's unfortunately no restrooms, but 8 tons of air conditioning runs in each individual cabin, plus many other amenities. You know, I'm so excited for that because I watched them build it. I'm sure all of us have, but they just look so fun and so high.
Yes, and I like that it's actually a cabin. That's really cool and different, and I can't wait to.
Especially out here, it's
yeah.
so hot.
Right,
it's
good
so
idea. All right, so still to come on Studio G, a look at Mother Nature's effects on parts of the country.
And after the break, Donald Woods brings us the latest happenings in science and technology. We'll be right back.
FGY.
Kaylin Height. And I'm Jay Luna. And we're Ill Vibe Theory. It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other, with benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
Welcome back. I'm Donald Woods with this Monday's segment of Science and Technology News. After years of speculation, Microsoft Office is finally on the iPad. The software was unveiled last Thursday. It includes apps such as Office and Excel, which has been optimized for use with touchscreens and fingers. You can download Office for iPad in the iTunes App Store for free, but those wanting to create and edit content will have to purchase an Office 365 subscription. A popular weight loss drug called Ali is being recalled due to complaints of possible tampering. The British company that makes the over-the-counter drug says about 12 customers in 7 states complain they found tablets and capsules of different shapes and sizes in the bottles. Some bottles were even missing labels or had phony tampering evidence seals on them. The real Ali capsule is described as turquoise blue with 60 orlistat printed on it. The makers of the drug are working with the FDA to investigate the alleged tampering. After a 2-day voyage, the International Space Station has 3 new visitors on board. 2 cosmonauts and American astronaut docking from the Russian Soyuz spacecraft. They are expected to stay at the station until September. They are joined by 3 other crew members already aboard the space station, who are scheduled to return back to Earth in May. Facebook is using laser shooting drones to spread internet access. The company will use a new technology called free space optics to connect low-orbit satellites with one another to deliver internet connections in remote areas where regular internet deployment is otherwise difficult. This laser-based technology has been designed to offer fiber optic-like data connections. That's all the science and technology news I have for this Monday. I'm Donald Woods.
Thank you, Donald. The key to a successful business doesn't always lie in consumers. Sometimes it's the partnerships behind the scenes that make a business wholesome.
Reporter Nicole Reynolds updates us on a restaurant whose owners are more than just partners, but also friends.
Kitchen, located downtown, is one of 6 locations that offer guests wholesome food and delicious recipes. All of their food is made fresh and with no preservatives.
One of the more important things about Rachel's Kitchen is that there's no preservatives in what we serve. There's no MSG, very little salt. The juices are made with just vegetables.
In addition to offering guests wholesome food, the restaurant offers guests a wholesome friendship working behind the scenes. Karen Richardson and Kathy Wilson have been friends for 15 years. Although they worked in separate fields, when the recession hit, Rachel's Kitchen opened a door for them to work together in something they always wanted to do.
Kathy and I wanted to be downtown because we're longtime Las Vegas residents. And we saw that things were changing again, and we wanted to be part of that change. So we just sort of sat around and talked about what would we do if we weren't in a business that was related to construction.
And within a 6-month period of time, Karen and Kathy were accepted as franchisees for the downtown location, and since then have celebrated their 1-year anniversary.
Kathy and I really do practice what we call hospitality. You know, it's not just about service, but it's about making people feel comfortable all of the time so that they'll come back. Now that we've done it, I think we both realize that even though it is hard work, we do really enjoy it, and that's what keeps you going every day.
For Studio G, I'm Nicole Reynolds.
Since their startup a year ago, Richardson says the whole team has stuck together. The secret, trust, and communication.
Still ahead on Studio G, we are live with a CSUN senator facing some serious allegations.
And up next, Monica Cran has your weather forecast. Stay with us.
Low Midweek Show. I specialize in underground local hip-hop music as well as your top hits. In the first hour, we play your top hits. Second hour, other local legends that you guys may have never heard of. But I want my listeners to realize that there's more good music than what you hear on the radio. Just diversify your ears a little bit. I love it with all my heart. It's your boy Miles Lowe from the Miles Lowe Midweek Show. You can check my show out from the rebelhd2.com.
Scribecast radio show. We talk to new artists, major artists, the best artists. We talk about hip hop, R&B, anything else, hot topics. This is awesomeness. Play some new hip hop. Second hour, we typically play new R&B. Freaking amazing. I'm Scribecast. I'm the best. What's up? It's your girl Scribecast. This is the Scribecast radio show. You can listen to me on the rebelhd2.com.
After a weekend of speculation, it has been confirmed that Runnin' Rebels basketball coach Dave Rice will remain at UNLV. His contract has been extended 2 years to stay through the 2018-2019 season. The University of South Florida offered Rice a $1.3 million year contract for 6 years. His current UNLV salary was $700,000 a year. There's no word yet on what he has offered to stay.
More than 100 aftershocks have rattled Southern California over the weekends. It all started with a magnitude 3.6 earthquake. An hour later, a 5.1 struck. One car was flipped over, a water main broke, and some homes were red tagged. No major injuries were reported. But the question everyone seems to be asking, will there be a bigger one? Seismologist says it's not uncommon. According to the United States Geological Survey, the earthquakes on this particular fault can create more damage than earthquakes occurring on the San Andreas Fault. So, Monica, what's our weather going to look like?
Good afternoon, I'm Monica Cran, and it's 69 degrees right now, partly cloudy and winds at 17 miles per hour. The low is 51 degrees, and sunset's going to be at 7:03 today, so make sure you catch a little bit of that sun. We have Reno at 48, Bishop at 56, and it's raining a little bit in San Francisco Bay Area. Wow, look at that. We have lots of winds and snow pushing up in North and South Dakota and Minnesota, so there's going to be a possible blizzard, so I hope they're preparing for that. And a little bit of rain in California and lots of wind in Miami. For tomorrow's forecast, we have 64 in Los Angeles, really sunny in Miami, and looks like it's really cloudy today and tomorrow. For the extended forecast, looks like we're climbing up this week, 64 going on to the 70s, and it's starting to get sunnier on Sunday and Monday. Well, that's all of the weather we have for you today. After the break, Donald's back with Senator Elias Benjeloun to talk about his possible impeachment charges. Stay with us. Studio G will be right back.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, and secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Collegiate DECA promotes personal and professional development through competitive events, community involvement, and leadership development.
I joined DECA because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got to meet people, network, and definitely work on my public speaking.
To join DECA, it's a very simple process. You have to pay a $25 membership fee. You can either come to our next meeting, our website, which is unlvdeca.co.vu.
We're open to all majors who are interested in business, finance, or hospitality-related fields.
The Rebel Yell has been investigating allegations against CSUN senators. A student organization on campus is accusing them of trading favors in exchange for campaign support. CSUN senators promised special favors to Alpha Epsilon Delta in return for an endorsement during last semester's Senate elections. Rebel Yell reporter Tiana Winter said she spent spring break contacting every medical science student organization to get the story. Emails stating the alleged bribes were from AED President Diane Martinez.
The influence peddling that happened basically was they offered AED free pizza for every single meeting that they had. They also offered them low-cost CPR and first aid classes. And they also told them that they have connections with working professionals to help them, AED members, with workshops for their members, as well as helping them get internships. The only way that they would be able, AED members would be able to receive these services is if they endorsed Benjeloun and Jitney during the upcoming Senate elections in October.
Election rules forbid campaigning before the date, as well as threatening, harassing, and bribing CSUN officials, UNLV students, and staff. Today, Senator Elias Benjeloun is here to talk about some of those allegations. Elias, I'm honored. You've agreed to come on here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Now, from your own account, from your own experience, tell me exactly what happened during that encounter for the allegations that have been brought upon you.
Great. So I think particularly what AED and some of the other pre-professional organizations are talking about was, as a science student and alongside with Justice Sportsman, who's another science senator, we actually founded the Students for Science Resource Board in last year, May. And through the SFS Resource Board, we provided resources for science organizations and students, whether it was medical training. We actually launched a research journal, research enrichment, through which we work with the College of Sciences Dean Porter on. And we also opened up collaborative opportunities for all pre-med organizations to work with us. Now, this was since last year, May, so I don't understand how they misconstrued that to be associated with our campaign. And it's ironic that they bring up these charges 7 months after the fact when we're coming close up to another election.
Do you believe your former opponent is behind this?
Well, you know what, actually, one of my former opponents actually sits on the executive board of AED, so I don't want to speculate too much as to what sort of personal vendettas they might have in terms of that, but it was my current opponent that submitted the impeachment charges in the CSUN Senate. And so, from my perspective, this is just, basic politics, another smear campaign, and we as senators decided to move past it, continue our help and outreach to AED. We offered them support in terms of helping them secure Ways and Means funding. We extended that gesture of help to APHP and AMSA and the other science organizations we work with.
And do you feel that words were mixed matched with what you actually meant in the encounters that you had with them when you first offered them this?
Well, again, we've offered all of these resources since last year, May. This is way before I even thought about running for Senate for the second time. This is way before Justice thought about running for Senate. We reached out to these organizations over the summer. We were able to get our first set of meetings with the executive boards in August. Again, all of this was way before the Senate elections even came up. The Senate election dates were in October. And so, again, if they felt that they were confused about what sort of resources we were offering, they could have brought that up 7 months ago when you're in the midst of elections rather than now.
And with these impeachment charges, do you feel that there is any validity in them, and do you feel you will be impeached?
So the way it's going to work is that the Senate will, on April 7th, decide whether or not to hear the charges. And I welcome the Senate to decide either one, whether they decide to hear the charges or to reject them entirely. I do not feel that there's any validity to the case. And again, this just takes away from the focus we as CSUN should have on our students and goes back into the politics. And it's going to be up to the Senate to decide whether or not they're going to ignore it and move on, or if they actually feel there's some validity. But no, I don't think I'll get impeached because of this.
And what do you think the experience is going to be like when that event takes place? Will there be a lot of turning heads, or are you just taking this really calm?
So, you know what? It's actually been overwhelmingly relieving as a senator, as alongside with Senator Jitney, because a lot of our constituents, our science students from the other organizations, actually reached out to us and said, you know what's going on? This is ridiculous. I've worked with a lot of these students and organizations since last year, May, and so we might see some of them come out and speak for us. We might see some science students that, disagreed with the past Senate elections in terms of our opponents come out and speak against us. I don't know what exactly would happen, but again, it's going to be up to the Senate to decide whether or not there's going to be validity to this, or if it's just politics as usual.
And exactly how much effect do you feel that this is going to have on your presidential campaign?
So, given the way the election rules are set, I want to be careful with answering that question. I don't think that this will play too much of a role in the upcoming elections, but if any student has a particular question that they want to address to me, I welcome it in person.
Are they free to email you or simply approach
Email
you?
me. My phone number is actually 702-741-4332. They can text me. They can message me on Facebook, whatever they feel.
Have you had any personal encounters with people questioning you about this? Any regular students?
Oh yeah, well, like I said, a lot of science students were questioning this. I've heard from some of the other senators that other students in other colleges are actually looking at the issue too. And again, I would love the opportunity to speak to them individually, and I hope this gets out to them as well. Because like I said, I think this has just become a political smear campaign, and it's unfortunate that we actually have to take time and resources to dedicate ourselves to this. But it's going to be up to the Senate and ultimately the students to decide whether or not there's validity to it.
Yes, and we're going to wrap this up with one last question.
Yeah.
As president, what are you planning to do different in CSUN and bring better for the UNLV students?
Okay, well, thank you. Like I said, I really want to be careful with treading with the questions because of the election rules. Perhaps we could find a different environment to answer that question appropriately.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much, Elias, for coming in.
Thank you.
Really, I'm honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donald.
We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez. We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now. Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff.
I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward.
This is a really casual show.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Toby.
And we're 3 Ps in a pod.
Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
NSPCA, where no animal has an expiration date.
Before we leave you today, a popular musical has made its way into the Valley.
Reporter Brandy Weeks shows us how one musical theater's classic has made it on its own to our own backyard.
Coming to life right in our own community. Les Miserables debuts tonight at the Summerlin Library and Performing Arts Center. The play became accessible in 2013 and excitement is high now that it's finally here.
It's kind of a dream to be a part of this production. The songs that my character sings are ones that I've known forever and been singing for a long time, and so it has a very kind of special place to me.
With a set costing $20,000 and costumes costing $15,000, the story of Les Miserables is sure to capture the audience's attention.
It's a very influential show. This show can be very sad, has a lot of moments that are really sad and really hard, but when you do it all the way through and watch it all the way through, you see like the beauty of that, because there's just these moments that are like breathtaking.
Each cast member loved the portrayal of the characters in the story and have worked hard to make it just right.
You journey through so many years with this character, and where you start and where you end is just such an epic journey. I love the process of going through that journey and really looking at how far you've come from the beginning. And I think that's what's satisfying about the book, and that's what's really incredible about the stage show as well.
The cast is looking forward to an unforgettable opening night and to see it all come together.
People here all watching you, everybody just embracing their characters, and you don't look at your co-stars as, you know, people that you've worked with and been in the dressing rooms with. They are those characters, and I think that's like the best experience.
For Studio G, I'm Brandy Weeks.
Preview nights begin tonight at the Summerlin Library Theater, and opening night is this Friday. The show is set to run until April 26th. So have you seen the movie?
I have not seen the movie yet. I still want to see it though.
I haven't seen it either. I couldn't get my boyfriend to go with me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, I just really wanted to go see it, but no one wanted to go see it
Yes.
with me. And
I hear it's a really good movie, and I would like to see the show too.
yeah, me too. So for more information, visit their website and signatureproductions.net. That's all we have for you today. I'm Christina Davies.
And I'm Trinae Williams. We'll see you here again tomorrow for another edition of Studio G. Have a great day.